Funding provided by
Musco Lighting is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com.
Across Iowa, hundreds of neighborhood banks strive to serve their communities, provide jobs, and help local businesses. Iowa banks are proud to back the life you build. Learn more at iowabankers.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
It's time for state championship soccer. Iowa PBS is here at the Cyclone Sports Complex in Ames to bring you the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Soccer Championships. As we now move on to Class 3A, as the top-seeded Waukee Northwest Wolves take on the upstart, the number 7 seed, Linn-Mar Lions. Hi, get everyone with Jordan Burns. This is BJ Shaven, and here we go, the 3A championship. And Jordan, when you look at it, Northwest has been strong all season long. Linn-Mar, they are the upstart.
Yeah, Northwest coming in as the favourites, but Linn-Mar have got a lot of momentum going this state championship, so I'm really looking forward to see how it plays out.
Should be a lot of fun. Let's now get introduced to the teams. Let's turn it over to today's public address announcer, Jason Esslinger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Class 3A State Soccer Championship presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Today's matchup features the Linn-Mar Lions and the Wolves from Waukee Northwest. Let's introduce the players in today's championship match. First, the visitor on the scoreboard, the Linn-Mar Lions. Here are their non-starters. Number 0, Dana Starmer. Number 5, Chloe DeChant. Number 6, Avery DeChant. Number 7, Vanessa Cormier. Number 8, Amelia Oddie. Number 9, Sophia Hanlon. Number 14, Claire Lorenz. Number 17, Lillian Pullman. Number 22, Chloe Adamson. And number 24, Ella Bricker. Here are the starters for the Lions. Number 0, Paisley Baker. Number 1, Carly Sorg. Number 2, Maya Recker. Number 3, Harley Titus. Number 4, Mariska Hagensick. Number 10, Aubrey Luck. Number 12, Eden Hofer. Number 13, Abby Roberts. Number 18, Drea Kern. Number 20, Hannah Friedman. And number 23, Sophia Romero. The head coach at Linn-Mar is Hannah Clark. She's assisted by Becky Lenton, Stephanie Merritt, Alex Berger, and Daryl Wiedner. The home team on the scoreboard today are the Waukee Northwest Wolves. Here are their reserves. 00, Maggie Rosh. Number 1, Olivia Stapleton. Number 6, Sierra Pradthun. Number 7, Brindley Heilson. Number 8, Reese Jower. Number 19, Reese Andrews. Number 22, Hallie Mulbauer. Now let's meet the starters for the Wolves. Number 0, Grace Thomason. Number 2, Reese Rotker. Number 8, Kinsey Shea. Number 10, Cora Sundit. Number 11, Natalie Elliott. Number 12, Emma Twigg. Number 14, Josie Jones. Number 15, Izzy Simonini. Number 16, Aubrey Lalone. Number 23, Lindsay Shane. And number 25, Romy Crowett. Tony Gabriel is the head coach for Waukee Northwest. He's assisted by Maddie Smith, Jonathan Galley, Trent Michael, Jamie Bringle, and Scott Tribby. The officials for today's match, the referee is Nikki Schupin, assistant referee Bridget Gilo, assistant referee Abigail Speckinger, and the fourth official is Carol Malcolm. Congratulations and best of luck to both teams, and let's play Class 3A Championship Soccer.
All right, the umbrellas are out. We have rain here in Ames, and it's coming at a steady pace. Temperature right in the lower 70s, and there is no wind as this one is about ready to get underway. Waukee Northwest, your top seed, taking on Linn-Mar, who comes in at the number 7 seed, but they have been on a heater as we take a look at the Lions' resume coming in to this matchup today. Again, making their 10th overall appearance at the state tournament. They got off to a slow start in their appearances here. They went 0 for 9, just scoring just 1 goal. What a difference 2025 has been for Linn-Mar. And they've got an outstanding scorer in Abby Roberts. Look at that, 41 goals on the season, over 100 career goals, a school record. And the team, by the way, they've been scoring at a great pace. 98 this season, which is 33 more than any other school. Now for Northwest, here's their resume. Their 4th trip to state. Yeah, since that school's opened up, they've been at the state tournament. A very balanced attack. 15 different players have scored. And their junior netminder, Grace Thomason, has only given up 5 goals to Iowa competition this season and 11 shutouts. Very impressive. So the Northwest Wolves will be wearing all blue uniforms with white numbers. Linn-Mar wearing their away whites, with black numbers. As we are about ready to get this one underway, Waukee Northwest will start with the ball first. Again, the top-ranked team of the state to get here. Waukee Northwest beat Bettendorf, last year's state champ, and then their crosstown rival Waukee 1-0 in the semifinals. And for Linn-Mar, how they got here, they bested West Des Moines Valley 3-0. Linn-Mar also then disposed of Centennial 2-1 to advance to the title game. And for Jordan, these two teams met earlier this season, in which Waukee Northwest posted a 3-0 win against Linn-Mar. That was very early, though.
Yeah, you know, that was a long time ago. You know, this is now the game that counts. This is the game that back then you say, you know, we want to be in, and to be the best, you've got to beat the best teams, and I think that's what both teams have done so far.
So this will be an upcoming corner kick already here for Waukee Northwest, as again, they put the igniters on. They have potential threats all over the field. And Izzy Sonamini, the junior, is going to be doing the corner here for the Wolves.
Yeah, Izzy's got a very, very good delivery from all different angles. So this is something Linn-Mar's going to have to be really ready for.
Izzy's punch towards the net. It's right in the middle, missing on the header. But again, on the backside, the help there. Linn-Mar whiffs on the opportunity. The one-timer goes wide right as Romy Croat tried to get the Wolves on the board. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Bright start from Northwest. It was Romy Croat on the spin there, looking to find that bottom corner, but just didn't quite have the bend she wanted.
Linn-Mar coming into this match 17-3 on the year. There are only 3 losses to CIML competition. They won the Mississippi Valley Conference with a 6-0 record, just allowing 3 goals in conference play. It's going to stay with Linn-Mar. There's head coach Hannah Clark in her 2nd season. How about that? 33-7 overall, and has her team into the state championship for the first time in school history. Now you see the potential threat defensively, Josie Jones. She's very dangerous, as Linn-Mar will turn it back over.
Yeah, Linn-Mar are going to have to be set up defensively today with a lot of patience and a lot of toughness to make sure that...
Boy, coming out of net that time, that was a very dangerous play. Abby Roberts was lurking. Maybe a little bit of nerves on both sides, especially in a net, and Roberts might have missed an opportunity to attack there for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, the grass is a little slippy and nerves of playing in a championship game, but They got away with that one, Northwest.
Will play on. Here's Croak trying to go it down deep, trying to find a teammate. That's Lalone. Along the end line, will shoot it towards net. That will go wide of the net, as Paisley Baker is going to be the keeper today for the Linn-Mar Lions. What a tournament she's had. 13 saves in the semifinals. Really stood on her head to preserve that victory for Linn-Mar. So the Lions will attack with luck. Back down on this end, it's Grace Thomason. And the junior has played exceptionally well. She was a backup her first 2 years. And making it known that opponents are going to have a tough time getting the ball into the net, as we had alluded to earlier. Just 5 goals allowed against Iowa competition this year.
Yeah, Thomason's done a really good job just to be patient and learn from Victoria Spann. And once Victoria moved on to college, Grace was ready to step in there, and she's a terrific goalkeeper.
This one will be played back. We go end to end here, as Baker will do a goal kick here coming up for the Linn-Mar Lions. Jordan Burns, BJ Shaban here on Iowa PBS for the Class 3A State Championship. Earlier today, it was Davenport Assumption winning their school's 12th title as they bested Denver 2-0. And Jordan, you know these players very well. You're the part of the Sporting Iowa Club, and in fact, head coach for their elite team. There's some great talent here in the state of Iowa.
Yeah, there really is, and a lot of it's on show today and has been throughout the season. And you know, it's been a privilege to be coaching on the girls' side in Iowa and have been part of some of these players' journeys. But you know, this is the game that everybody wants to win.
Hofer trying to speed past the defense. How about Josie Jones in midfield? It'll stay with Linn-Mar for the moment. Oh, the Lions have it back. Hofer trying to find a teammate, will center the pass. This is up top. Look out, Luck, the shot, goal! Linn-Mar is on the board!
Very, very good goal. She's done really well to stay composed, and she's managed to just sneak it in that front post in front of Thomason. We'll get another look here. Again, she's done really well to settle the ball off her belly, and she's just snuck it in there in that near post in Grace Thomason's right side.
Aubrey Luck, this time on the receiving end of a goal kick. She had assisted 3 times so far here in the state tournament. And Luck certainly on Aubrey's side to punch that one through. Linn-Mar on top early, but we're going to see a bevy of activity as Fareway Northwest will be on the attack as a foul was called. And Linn-Mar will get it here on the free kick deep inside of their own defensive zone.
This is what's been so impressive by Linn-Mar, is everybody, you know, kind of writes them off coming into the game, but then they produce moments like this where they just capitalize on, you know, bouncing balls and really punish you when you make that mistake.
You can say this, Linn-Mar has been on a heater towards the end of the season, winning 6 games in a row, outscoring their opponents 23-1. It's been an amazing run for Linn-Mar. You see why offensively they have 99 goals on the season.
It's going to be a big test of character for Northwest as well, because they're not used to going down in the game. So they're going to have to battle back here and get themselves back into this game.
Now a chance, free kick here coming up after the foul. Izzy Cinnamini will be doing the chores here.
Yeah, it's perfect for Izzy here. It's a left foot in swinging. We've saw goals in the past from Northwest from this situation.
From her left foot towards the net, the header. Knocked back out. And a good job defensively. That was Luck that had to punch that one out for Linn-Mar, as it will be a throw-in here for Waukee. Izzy Cinnamino, number 15 for Waukee Northwest. She actually missed time this season, playing a lot of soccer in Portugal as part of a travel squad. And came back and was not really in the best of shape because she was so tired. A lot of soccer, and I say a lot, I mean a lot, right? Like multiple games in a row. And now healthy once again, fresh and relaxed, but her team down by a goal here as things are just underway here. 5 minutes in, Linn-Mar on the board.
Yeah, it's important that, you know, Linn-Mar try to continue to take the sting out of the game. They've got their 1-0 goal. They needed to continue to be disciplined, organised, and that's what you get with this Linn-Mar team. But Northwest, they've got to really dig in here.
Defensively, the Wolves have been good, solid all the way around all year. Here's Luck along the sideline. How about the poke through that time by Shane? As Lindsay will give it a throw here.
Can just see how compact Linn-Mar are. They've got almost every player behind that ball except 13, Abby Roberts.
Lions try to stretch it out. That's going to be blasted back. And look at Croat. She's trying to say that went off of Linn-Mar, but the officials right on top of it saying, no, it'll be a goal kick here coming up for the Lions.
Yeah, that one was touch and go, BJ. I wasn't quite sure from our angle. But the referee's in a much better position than us.
Linn-Mar with loads of talent as well. 3 players eventually going to be going on to play soccer at the next level. Here's Croat right in the middle of traffic. The big blast, turn back, and paying the punishment on that kick from Croat as down on the turf.
Okay.
As we have officials' time here for the injury is Hannah Friedman.
There is lightning in the area. We'll need to pause the
and
game.
Now the game's going to be paused due to lightning. Friedman will get a chance to get her composure back, get her wits back. We're going to have to do that too as well. Again, lightning in the area. We've got rain. There's some severity in the area. And Iowa State University, of course, with the policies, even with the Iowa Girls Athletic Union, there's lightning. You got to clear out. Lightning delay, 1-0 Linn-Mar with the lead on Northwest. We'll be back when it's all clear here on Iowa PBS. Let's continue on here on Iowa PBS. It's the Class 3A State Championship as the Linn-Mar Lions are taking on the Waukee Northwest Wolves. Linn-Mar with a 1-0 lead. Jordan Burns, BJ Shaban here. We had a half an hour lightning delay. The lightning is away, but the rain is still here. And Jordan, how about Linn-Mar striking first?
Yeah, totally against the run of play. It was a good start from Northwest, but credit to Linn-Mar again. They come back fighting, and it was a terrific finish.
Boy, the rain is really here and coming down right now, and that's what these two teams are going to have to contend with. But Jordan, you feel as a longtime coach, these teams are okay with this weather.
Yeah, the girls will be fine. They'll bounce back. They're up for it. You know, it's a little bit unfortunate that we had to stop the game after quite a good start. Linn-Mar having an even better start than Northwest, getting the first goal. But you know, these girls are just want to play. They want to get back on the pitch. So we're happy that we're back on here.
Well, the pitch is in really great shape as the officials are heading right to midfield as they'll set this one for play. The fans, the stands were packed, and hopefully everybody will be able to come back. I know Ames has a lot to offer, but this is some really good soccer we're going to see.
Yeah, for sure. I hope everybody does come back because it was a really, really cool environment, and it was a lot of people in the stands, and the girls deserve to play in this environment.
Well, Hannah Clark telling us that she really feels like her team needs to really hold their shape throughout. How are they doing in the early moments to get that lead?
Yeah, I was really impressed with how organised they were, how disciplined they were. They're really making it difficult for Northwest. Northwest are going to have to come with a game plan to break that down and make sure they don't get caught on the transition as well.
And for Waukee Northwest, how does Tony Gabriel get his squad back into this?
He just needs to get the key players on the ball, get Croat on the ball, get Jones on the ball, get Elliott on the ball. Those are the players that are going to help win this game for them.
Well, we hope that you are warm and dry where you're at. I can't thank our crew here enough. They're battling these elements too as well. There's a look at Tony Gabriel, 13th season overall as a head coach, as looking for win number 188, and that would be very special, his first ever state championship. He's 0 for 2 in state title matches as he tries to get things turned around for the Northwest Wolves. Again, we're back into play just like that, as Lindsay Shane will do the throw. And just before we went to the lightning delay, Hannah Friedman went out as she took really put her body on the line on a blast by Romy Croat.
It's right here.
And Friedman is back out there.
No, it's blue ball. Blue ball.
Yeah, it's good to see her back out there, and I think we were chatting about the identity of this Linn-Mar team and what they're willing to do to make sure they don't concede a goal, and that was a great fine example of that.
Here's a free kick coming up from Izzy Sinomini, the junior left footer, ready to roll. We'll send it to the far post. The header by Croat, and this is going to go out. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for the Linn-Mar Lions. Again, just to recap, Linn-Mar coming in as the number 7 seed overall, making their 10th overall appearance at the state tournament. They're 0-9 state tournament games, and this is their first ever state championship that they've played in it. And no nerves, jumping out to that 1-0 lead with great spacing. Now the Northwest Wolves look to put pressure on the ball. This is Croat, tries to again snub it deep. Her and Luck collide innocently, as Northwest will maintain the possession here.
Yeah, again, you can see from the game that Linn-Mar are just quite happy to give up the ball and just get behind it and make it really, really difficult for Northwest to get through them.
We'll see a free kick here, foul on Linn-Mar.
This is one thing that Linn-Mar really has to be careful with, especially with how good Izzy's deliveries are and with the wet surface. They want to limit the amount of free kicks they're giving away here.
She'll go to the middle of the field, and that one will skirt just wide. There was a lot of humanity in the middle of the net area, but it just did get by.
Looked like a little training ground number here. Izzy's put it kind of into the top of the box there, and Josie Jones coming from deep just back to the top of the box and trying to guide that into that far corner.
Those are types of plays you don't see on a normal day-to-day basis in high school soccer, and it was nearly taken advantage of as Linn-Mar identifies Croat. And again, the surface a little slick, as you would figure with the amount of rain we received so far here in this 3A championship match.
Yeah, I'm worried for some of them. I hope they've got the correct footwear on now. Might need some metal studs so they don't slip.
Linn-Mar looking for that opportunity. Sinomini able to swipe the ball away and will lead it ahead. Now we'll punch it to the middle as she tries to connect with Shane, as that ball is spun free. Sophia Romero. And we will see a whistle as an advantage was gained as Luck took a shot from Lindsay Shane. And I think we're going to see our game's first yellow.
It was a little unfortunate here. I think, you know, Shays came in quite aggressive, and I think when you see it on the replay there, the referee's made the right call. She was just half a second late, and I think that's the right call.
So a free kick here coming up. No card issued, just officials time called. I didn't know if there was something extra said, but thick skin here, able to absorb all that rain here. Here's Mariska Hagensack, excuse me, able to take that one deep. Linn-Mar with not many opportunities on the offensive end, but they made the most of their first one. So Hagensack to the middle to Romero, tries to bounce it to the outside. This is Luck. Scored the game's only goal, can't get through that blue wave of traffic. And it looks like we're going to see an injury timeout.
Yeah, it was like a little off the ball incident there. I think Twig has collided or maybe slipped on the turf.
And that is Reese Rutger, one of the captains for Waukee Northwest. Let's take a look at this again. Reese able to get up, will remain in the game. And Northwest will be marked with the possession as Rutger, very technical player, just has logged a lot of minutes this year on the defensive end for Waukee Northwest.
Northwest putting a lot of pressure on here since the restart, but Linn-Mar are absorbing it really well. Along with the rain, they're doing a decent job to just stay compact.
It is very physical. Whistle and a free kick here coming up for Linn-Mar, to the chagrin of Josie Jones. So back at those chores again with Hagensick, the sophomore. As she'll put the ball right in the middle of traffic to Luck, who will bounce it out as they try to spin everybody free as Wrecker. Again, Northwest trying to just great shape, but it leaves an opening like this as they try to free up Roberts to the middle, but it'll be sucked up by Grace Thomason.
Yeah, it was really good cover from Shea and Twig, just working together there. Actually, I think it was Ruttiger and Shea just working together, make sure that ball goes through into Thomason.
I believe a handball will be called right at midfield as it went off of a touch of Drea Kern. She's committed to play at South Dakota State. Did have a goal in the semifinal against Centennial. In fact, it was the go-ahead goal against the Jaguars to help Linn-Mar get here to the state championship. And in that match against Centennial, Linn-Mar struck for an early goal. Centennial tied it up. Then with 3 minutes remaining, Linn-Mar was able to get the go-ahead goal there by Kern. As this ball goes deep, it will be touched, and it will be a corner kick here coming up for Northwest again. It'll be their second corner kick, or make it their third here in the first half.
Lovely bit of play there from Croat, just knocking the ball down the line into a dangerous area and really forcing that Linn-Mar left back to defend, and unfortunately runs it out for a corner. Again, set pieces are key and a big part of Waukee Northwest is attacking plays, and you can see here from that left foot of Simeone, and it looks like another little training ground number to get her on the ball.
Senamini towards the net. This is going to be in, and Northwest is on the board.
And that's it, time and time again this year, BJ. Izzy's left foot has either put the ball in the net or put the ball into an area, a dangerous area for someone else to put the ball in the net.
So Senamini with the assist. We'll see who got their foot on it towards the net right in the middle.
You can see it's a training ground number. It's a little short corner. They mixed it up from some of their previous corners, and I think it's actually
own goal.
Oh, yeah, I think the last touches went in off number 1 off Linn-Mar. But again, sometimes you don't need to score. You just need to put the ball in the area and let the rest do the work.
And Northwest will get a free kick here coming up. We are tied at 1, so the Wolves are able to get on the board. A 1-1 match. Again, Waukee Northwest wearing the blue uniforms with white numbers. Linn-Mar, whites with black numbers. This one going to be trying to stretch out. And in traffic, they will keep it in with Carly Sorg. Dangerous play as Northwest again continues to put pressure. Here's Sorg battling for the ball, able to at least skim it for the moment as Titus had to go out, so it'll be a throw here coming up for Northwest. Well, Hannah Clark, no rain gear. Give me that sweatshirt. And the rain continues to, it actually is intensified.
Yeah, Coach Clark's a tough character. She's not going to let a little bit of rain ruin her day.
So we have a new match here, tied up at 1 apiece. The elements, a non-factor here, as Northwest, again, defensively so technical. Right at midfield, here's Croat. Good move on the ball. Linn-Mar just looking for a little bit of space. Anywhere they go, they've ran into a blue jersey.
Yeah, Northwest is doing a really good job of swarming Linn-Mar as soon as they lose the ball. And Linn-Mar finding it tough to get out right now.
Wolves will maintain the possession. Lalone. Now it goes deep for Shane, and it will be a deep throw here for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, I think you can clearly see that Northwest like to attack down this right-hand side. That's maybe an area of weakness that they've maybe identified in this Linn-Mar team, because most of their attacks are coming down this right-hand side, right underneath us.
You know, sometimes you don't want to say it, but we had a lightning delay in case you're joining us late. We are tied up at a goal apiece. Linn-Mar jumped out 1-0, but that lightning delay, I believe, really helped Northwest here.
I think it has. You know, I think it's allowed them to kind of shake off.
This shot towards the net, batted down, and still free, and trying to clear it is Rutger.
Really top save from the goalkeeper. And I think Jonesy would maybe wanting to try to get it more in the corner. Yeah, you know, it's a comfortable height, but in these conditions, BJ, you've got to make sure that you get a connection on it and just make sure it doesn't go in the back of the net.
It will be another corner kick. Waukee Northwest just successful on their third corner of the day, getting another opportunity, and again under duress. Paisley Baker, the senior, who had 13 saves against Centennial in the semifinals, put under pressure once again.
You can see Abby Roberts has come back this time to, you know, help out here and not make it a 2v1 situation like it did in the last goal for Northwest.
Senamini this time will try to bend it in. It's towards the net. It's up and in. Northwest with a header, but they're going to say no. The official says no.
It looks like the officials given a handball on Northwest.
Or did they credit the goal now? Let's take a look. It was the face.
Yep, it's right in Josie Jones's face. Yeah, the slow-mo there really helped us see that it's whacked Josie Jones clear right in the middle of the face and ended up in the back of the net.
Still a 1-1 game, as it was called, a handball. And so a free kick here coming up with Kern. 1-1 our score. Jones saying, look at my jaw. I got Spalding tattooed right on it.
Yeah, and I think we're an advantage with the video replay and the refs have not.
Here's Kern, a deep kick, and it'll be wide, or here on the near side. She did not get enough air underneath of it. 1-1.
I thought they had turned it around again to actually give the goal. I didn't realize they hadn't give the goal.
So goal kick here coming up from Thomason. He's had a stellar tournament. Croat using that power. Again, Linn-Mar again defensively right there to snuff it out. As Hannah Friedman, one of the team's captains for Linn-Mar, trying to hold ground on that back row. They try to find Abby Roberts. Is she being marked here so far in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, she's up against, you know, two really, really good defenders, and Emma Twigg and Reese Rotiger. It's going to be a really tough game for Abby, but all Abby needs is half a yard to get that ball on her right foot and shoot, and that could be the difference in this game.
Abby Roberts, second best in the state with 41 goals, just behind Sloan Miller of Davenport Central, who has over 50 this season. A tremendous year for both. And this will be a corner kick, the first of the day for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, it's a good little bit of pressure for Linn-Mar. They've able to get themselves up the field a little bit further, and they've got a corner kick out of it.
Aubrey Luck with her right foot. Try to bend it towards the net. Great job by Thomason to poke that one away, then push back in. And the official says no, someone touched it with their hand, so it'll be a free kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest.
Again, I think for both teams, set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, higher balls into the box are really going to be the difference in today's game. And Grace Thomason, credit on the initial one, done really well there.
The 3A state championship over the last several years have been classics all the way through. Of course, last year, Bettendorf besting Valley 3-1.
Yeah, these championship games are defined in big moments in the games, and we've just had a big moment there, and it was a big call from the referee. And you know, we'll look back in this game, and hopefully that big moment there isn't going to go against Waukee Northwest. For Linn-Mar, I think they've gotten away with one.
2023 went down to PKAs as Johnston bested West Des Moines Valley. And a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar. And we have our first sub of the game. Coming in is going to be Brindley Hylison, the senior. getting her first action here in the state championship. Waukee Northwest, a very deep team. They'll play a lot of players here today.
Yeah, that's one thing that does separate Northwest from a lot of the other teams in the state, is they do have not just 11 quality players, they have a big roster and players that can come in the game and make a difference off the bench. And it looks like they've made a little tactical change here with number 14, Josie Jones, moving from centre midfield out to this right-hand side. Earlier we talked about Waukee Northwest attacking down this Linn-Mar left side. I think this might be the reason why.
Waukee Northwest has not lost to Iowa competition in the last 2 years in the regular season. Last year in the postseason, Tony Gabriel and his squad came in rolling, the #1 overall seed, but they fell to Centennial, or they beat Centennial with penalty kicks and then went to overtime, double overtime. Valley was able to best them in the semifinals last season. This year, you know, they feel like they've got the talent, they've got the depth, and it's just finishing. And right now, fell down early a goal, but came back to tie it up.
Yeah, that's been Northwest's Achilles heels over the year, even when it was just one school with Waukee as well. Like they're always there, they're always at state. It's just that courage, that determination to get themselves over the line in the final game.
Free kick for Waukee Northwest. Again, each team battling the elements. And here's an open opportunity. Josie Jones off into the corners. The defender fell down. Will shoot it towards the net. The centering pass, the header will go out.
Yeah, so that's a little sneak peek of, I think, moments that we're going to see more often. You know, I think it was very fortunate there for Josie Jones to get in behind, but that's exactly why she's in that position now, and that's why she's in this area of the field.
The freshman Natalie Elliott with the opportunity there, but just could not capitalize. Came up empty. Here's Jones. Gonna get it ahead to Sundet. Caught up in traffic.
Really good defending from Linn-Mar. Jones is looking for that through ball to Cora Sundet, but the centre back of Linn-Mar's done a terrific job just to come over and snuff out the danger.
Boy, it is a physical game. There's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises in this one.
Yeah.
When we're all done. It'll be a throw here for Waukee Northwest.
It's a terrific game so far for the neutral. Maybe for some Linn-Mar and Northwest fans, they're a little edgy and a little nervous sitting on the edge of their seat.
Again, since the lightning delay, no whistle. Now a lead pass ahead to Roberts. It's a foot race to the ball. And Waukee Northwest will have the throw here. They tried to get Roberts open, had her for a second, but an errant pass.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Linn-Mar want to do. They want to be nice and compact and organised, and then when they do win it, try to get it to Roberts so they can take her up the field.
This ball will be tracked down by Elliott. Just tremendous speed on the outside for the freshman. In fact, Waukee Northwest as a school, a very good track team. Linn-Mar going to try to go with the offensive possession. They try to lead it ahead to Roberts. It went off of Thomason. Now she'll get it on the rebound to put it in, as lurking was Abby Roberts.
Yeah, it was a good quick recovery from Thomason, but again, BJ, these are these moments that you've got to focus, you've got to concentrate under these conditions of the field. Just really concentrate to grasp that ball into your hands. But that's all it takes, just one little tiny mistake, and it could be the difference.
Waukee Northwest will get the possession here. And it looks like Tony Gabriel is going to go back to his bench. Checking in for the first time is Olivia Stapleton. And coming out is going to be Cora Sundet.
Yeah, Stapleton will add a little bit of toughness. She'll put herself around and make it difficult for those Linn-Mar centre backs.
Stapleton actually started the year as a starter, but because of illness and injury was relegated to the bench, and now coming off of the bench. But it's just the type of quality that Waukee Northwest has. So free kick here Tony Gabriel knows it too. In fact, he said, hey, our JV squad, he goes, I guarantee you would be a top 10 team in the state.
I think so, yeah. There's, again, like we've said before, there's a lot of talent at that school. But what I've been most impressed so far in this game is how well Linn-Mar absorbed pressure. It's wave after wave of attack from Northwest, and they're doing a really, really good job to absorb that pressure.
Free kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest. As the Wolves have done a tremendous job stretching the field today. As they're going to play it back to Thomason as Roberts gives chase.
Yeah, it's really good from Northwest, just trying to draw Linn-Mar out of that deeper block and see if he can try to find space behind them.
Well, the Linn-Mar fans not happy, a foul called as Natalie Elliott had the position for Waukee Northwest. Now this one going to be stretched out. Here's Jones trying to track it down from the end line. We'll put it up, but it's on top of the net.
Yeah, just scurried out there on the turf, it being so wet and slick. But again, this is constant down this right-hand side for Waukee Northwest, trying to get Josie Jones on the ball. Like I said earlier, if Northwest can get Jones, Croat on the ball more often, these are the players that are going to make things happen. For Linn-Mar, it's 13, Abby Roberts. It's number 23, Sophia Romero. Get those players on the ball. Eden Hoffer as well in the midfield. These are the players that are going to make things happen for both of their teams.
You can count on your hand, though, in the first half, how many times that Roberts has touched the ball.
And this has been the situation the whole state tournament. She's not really been in the game a lot, but when she is in the game, she really makes it count. She takes her opportunities, she gets her shots off, and she's punished teams by doing that. So credit to Abby, because it's tough. It's tough to be up there as a lone forward on your own, not seeing a lot of action, but when it does come up there, she does a good job in making it dangerous and awkward for the opposition team.
Oh, yeah, misfire in the middle. We'll hold it midfield, the Wolves. Now they'll launch it ahead, looking for that opportunity, but stepping up is Paisley Baker, as Stapleton was lurking for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, a little bit more route one from Waukee this time. Again, most of the game they've been trying to gradually build an attack, but this time they decided to just go over the top right away, and it looked dangerous for a second.
What a battle for the ball. Now an opportunity. Here's Luck. Going to go to the outside with the left foot. Blast, and it's going to be knocked away, and it will be a throw here for Linn-Mar. Great challenge.
Yeah, it was a terrific duel between Luck and Henderson.
Northwest will get a goal kick here coming up. Just inside of 10 minutes to play in the first half. Each team with a goal. Linn-Mar scored before the lightning delay, and since that 30-minute timeout due to the lightning, Northwest has really picked up the activity offensively as Linn-Mar is trying to balance this one out. And now we will get a whistle, a foul. As great effort by Harley Titus, the sophomore.
And this has been the trend in the game as well. Like, both teams are giving away silly fouls in dangerous areas and allowing both sets of teams to put the ball into your box. You know, like, there's no reason to give a foul away right there. Like, it's just clumsy. And now Linn-Mar have the opportunity to put the ball into a dangerous area.
Now with the free kick. Right in the middle of traffic. And finally cleared by Northwest and Haley Mulbauer. And that flag is up, and offsides called against Linn-Mar.
Yeah, Abby Roberts just coming back from an offside position to get onto the ball. And it's nice that the officials are mic'd up and can be in each other's ear to quickly fix that decision.
Instead of looking for that flag, right?
Yep, it's always tough when you're the center ref and the linesman behind you.
Uh-oh, look out, opportunity, looking to strike is Elliott, the shot, just over the net.
It's really good goalkeeping. You know, Natalie Elliott's used her speed really, really well here. But the goalie's out sharp, she's out quick, she's closed down the angle, and it's really put a lot of pressure on Elliott's shot. So well done to the goalkeeper there.
So we remain tied at a goal apiece. Now the battle for the ball won by Jones. Josie along the sideline will center the pass, the kick, and it's going to be sucked up by Baker.
Yeah, it's another good transition from Waukee Northwest. Josie Jones getting on the ball. I felt she could have maybe skipped by one more defender there and just got closer to the goal herself, but it was a really good tackle from Josie originally.
Out of the outside, here's Elliott again. And it will be a corner kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest.
You can see Northwest are really pressing aggressive here, and they're jumping on Linn-Mar right away and forcing turnovers and then immediately getting at them. And again, it's another set piece here in the game that could be a big moment.
Reese Rutger will do the chores. Goes to the middle. The keeper is out. The blast knocked in by the defender and finally hauled in by the keeper, Baker. How about that for your teammate holding your ground when the keeper, Baker, went out, and watch this Stapleton with the shot.
I tell you what, BJ, if you want to win a state championship, that's the way to do it, and hold the ball there. It was fantastic defending right on the goal line to block it.
Hannah Friedman with that opportunity. Now to Luck, trying to get through that Wolf defense, but a great job on that back line by Emma Twigg. Twigg going to be going on to play college soccer at Evangelo, an NAIA school. Tied at 1, nearing the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Stapleton, Friedman again. Gets it ahead to Kern. Now this one, Tom Roberts thought there should have been a foul called, but it will be a goal kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest. We're trying to go with that lead pass was Drea Kern.
Yeah, it's been a terrific game so far. It's got a lot of action, and both teams are really getting stuck in about each other, which is good to see.
Scrum for the ball. Northwest will send it deep. The elements are here. We've had steady rain from the get-go. Play got stopped for about a half an hour because of lightning, and we picked it right back up. Here come the Wolves. Terrific job defensively again by Carly Sorg. Croat in the middle. Romy with the blast, and it'll be turned right around. How about the defender that time? Titus right on her. Led to an opportunity for Linn-Mar, but again, defensively, Northwest there with Kinsey Shea.
Yeah, number 8, Kinsey Shea, it's a really good bit of defending there just to break up the play and stop Linn-Mar for counter-attacking. But previous to that as well, you know, Linn-Mar done a really, really good job of stopping Waukee from getting a little further there.
And we do get a whistle, a foul called on Linn-Mar, so it'll be a free kick coming up here for Waukee Northwest.
Linn-Mar are just doing enough right now to, you know, get that last-ditch tackle or make that last block just to make sure that Waukee Northwest are not scoring. And it's really impressive how well they absorb the pressure, but can they continue to do this for the remaining of the game? This is going to be the big question.
From the free kick towards the net, Baker had it off of her hands, but she got it right away as Croat was in her neighborhood. Boy, Paisley Baker has been pretty good. Both keepers have here in the first half. They've been under duress.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how many goals that, or how many clean sheets that Linn-Mar's had this season, and, you know, this is probably our busiest game of the season, I bet.
It's been active. She had 9 saves against Centennial, and many so far here in the first half against Waukee Northwest. And then a foul here on Josie Jones. Free kick for Linn-Mar.
Again, it's another opportunity for Linn-Mar to put the ball in the box. They've got a number of players with good range, and it's just awkward, you know, especially in these situations, in these conditions. It's awkward when there's a high bouncing ball coming down your throat.
Here's Hagensick. Jones able to head it the other way. Sorg trying to hold it in. Great battle for the ball, and it will be won by Waukee Northwest Praden.
Yeah, it was a really good duel there, and Pradhans came out on top and allowed her team now to get up the pitch.
So Sierra battling for the ball. Of course, she's going to be going to Boston University, not for soccer, but for academics on a scholarship. You go to a Boston school, whether it be MIT, Boston University, it's Harvard. Tough to get into, especially academically, and she's going to do it. Now, a whistle here against Waukee Northwest, and a yellow card issued on Elliott, and so she's going to sit for a little bit. The freshman, feisty.
She is a feisty little player, and, you know, that's kind of part of her game. She plays with a lot of desire and a lot of toughness, but sometimes she just needs to put a smart head on her shoulder and pull herself out of some tackles, but she's going to continue to learn the hard way.
Cora Sundet will come back in for her. Here's Jones going through the white jerseys. Here's Sundet, going to be knocked away, and we're going to get a whistle, and a foul going to be called, and how about this?
Yeah, 2 things. First of all, it's a big miss now for Linn-Mar to go for the next play without Romero, but second thing, it's really, really good from Josie Jones, driving through the middle, drawing players to her, and she's got the free kick. And with someone like Romy Croat on your team, this is a big moment.
Romero issued a card. Linn-Mar going to try to build that wall, and it is Croat. Comes into the game with 11 scores, or 11 goals on the season.
And either one of these two could put it in the top corner. Whether it's Simeone with the left or Romy with the right.
It'll be Croat. The shot. Goal!
What did I say? Again, this is the one kid in the state you want in this situation. Romy Croat from top of the box. What a finish, what a goal.
Perfect spot. High left corner. Off of the right foot by Romy Croat.
And this is a big player who gives you big moments. And as I said earlier in the game, you want to get players like Croat in these situations. But going back to Josie Jones, who created that free kick, that's exactly what Coach Tony will want from her, is driving and committing defenders and drawing in those fouls.
Ari Roberts looking for that opportunity. And Linn-Mar will have to go with the throw. So after falling down 1-0 since the lightning delay, 2 unanswered goals here by Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, it's been a good reaction from Northwest. They've came back fighting, but I tell you what, you cannot write this Linn-Mar team off. They will fight to the end. They will make it difficult all the way to the end of this game. So it's important that Waukee Northwest are switched on. But now this is the biggest challenge for Linn-Mar. Can they dig deep? Can they get back in the game here?
Corner kick here with 30 seconds to go in the first half. Aubrey Luck just missed it with her foot. Linn-Mar going to have to be stretched back out as Recker will track it down. Good fight for the ball. Croat up with it. And a foul will be issued against Linn-Mar. And that should do it for the first half. Waukee Northwest again falling down by a goal. We have a half-an-hour lightning delay, and the energy back out onto the field after that goes to Waukee Northwest as they score 2 goals, and they take a 2-1 lead at intermission on Linn-Mar. When we come back, more here from Ames as you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Class 3A Girls State Soccer Championships here on Iowa PBS.
Join us for Iowa PBS Day at the Ballpark with the Cedar Rapids Colonels. We'll have fun and activities for the whole family on Sunday, June 15th. Take your photo with our friend Daniel Tiger from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Call her and take home an Iowa PBS Kids drawstring bag. Visit iowapbs.org/events for more information. We'll see you at the ballpark.
Americans are not prepared. The cost of caregiving is completely unaffordable for most.
Starting during the Depression to today, the decades-long effort to provide care for Americans.
In the next version of America, could care be a driver of how we feel about ourselves?
An empowering story of empathy.
I mean, these are heroic people that are caregivers.
Coming to Iowa PBS June 24th.
You're watching Statewide Iowa PBS.
2-1 ball game, Waukee Northwest with the lead on Linn-Mar here at intermission. Well, today doesn't feel like summer. It's wet and cold, but guess what? It's right around the corner. And many young Iowans are going to be spending leisurely days at their local swimming pool. But there is much more technical, artistic water activity happening in Iowa's capital city. Let's take a peek below the surface.
Synchronized swimming has been an official Olympic event since 1984. Girls at Roosevelt High School in Des Moines, however, have participated in the sport for much longer.
We're a club, but it is as much a sport as anything else.
I think people think that we're just kind of like floating around in the water, but you genuinely use every single muscle.
I just like to think of myself as a fish, really.
I was doing like an interview prep and someone was like, name one fun fact about yourself. And everyone's like, oh, I have 4 cats. I'm like, I do synchronized swimming. And everyone's like, whoa, like in the water?
Sunshine, 2, 3, 4. Okay, come on, right.
I love it. Being in the water is just fun, and it's a great group of girls.
Honestly, being able to say that you are a synchronized swimmer, that's something that not many people can say because not many schools have that.
Sharks is the nation's longest-running synchronized swim club. We have been a part of the Roosevelt community since 1926. It started kind of as a promoting swimming organization, and then synchronized swimming became something that was part of the national consciousness. There were a lot of films that had synchronized swimming, and Sharks turned into this really cool organization where they could do this sort of water ballet and put on a great show for the community.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. We're entirely student-led, which basically just means that all of the routines are taught and choreographed by students. Right, left, right, swish, sail, ballet, pin under. Okay, next formation. We do try to keep it light and fun because Sharks is supposed to be fun, but it is sometimes awkward being like, hey, I know we're really close and we're friends, but you have to stop talking. Can everybody lay out, please? And stay there.
Whenever you're swinging, it's this arm. It's the arm. Always go towards the middle.
Swing, back, front, up.
Do these every day until pageant. Can we do all of that?
The amount of work that it takes to put on this show or to do synchronized swimming at all is unbelievable.
Oh, that looked good.
The amount of time you're under the water, holding your breath, the amount of strength it takes to do a ballet leg and hold your leg out of the water while staying afloat is really incredible.
We can't hear the music underwater, which is awesome. You also have to be looking around and watching when there's formation changes to make sure you're going the right way, you're not running into anyone, or you're not going to get kicked by a foot.
1, 2, 3, ballet. Sit-up.
Also lifts, those are a big challenge. There's a base, and then there's feet, a back, and then ankles, and then the flyer on top of the base, and you have to all work together to push at the same time, so your lift goes up and down.
They have such a good time. It's their chance to lead a group, and they get a lot of leadership experience, but they have a lot of fun doing it. The sense of sisterhood in the group is really strong.
I love coming to practice. I get excited. I'm like, ugh, I have to go to math and physics. And then I'm like, oh, but then I get to go to practice after this, and it's really fun, and I enjoy it.
Sharks is something that's so unique. Looking back these past 4 years, I just couldn't be more grateful for like what I've learned and how to interact with people. It's honestly been the best 4 years of my life.
That is so cute. Isn't it?
The nerves don't really hit you until right before, when you're like standing in the doorway and you can see the crowd and you hear them cheering, and you're just like, you're about to run down, you're just like.
Let's hear it for your seniors!
Pageant is a show that we work towards all season long. It's our one show to show the community what we've been working on all season. We don't compete, so it's something that we put all of our energy to. I love pageant because I get to share what I love with other people, and I get to like show it to them and be like, look, we've been working super hard and like we did it.
That's something that's really hard about being student-led, is you're always wondering, like, my friends are going to see this, my classmates, my peers, what are they gonna think?
It's really rewarding, and it's really fun to perform in front of a lot of people.
I can't even like hold myself from smiling when I'm in the water. It's like so hard. It's like an atmosphere I've never felt before.
I think as great as pageant is, as wonderful as it is to see the alumni, to see the kids cheering, I think the most important thing for Sharks, for me, is knowing these girls will have these memories forever. These girls have so much fun together, and they really lift each other up, which in high school is so necessary and so important. And it's just a joy for me to see, and I hope more people will come to see our pageant and see how amazing these girls are for the sport, for the school, and for each other.
Join Iowa Life host Charity Nebbe for more compelling stories that shine a spotlight on the exceptional lives of the people who call Iowa home. Tuesday nights at 6:30 on Iowa PBS and anytime online at iowapbs.org/Iowa Life. Well, the second half is almost about ready to get underway. 2-1, Waukee Northwest with the lead on Linn-Mar. We had a lightning delay with Jordan Burns on BJ Shaven, by the way. We had that lightning delay in the first half. The Wolves really had a tremendous amount of energy since that timeout, and they've really got their game out on the field.
Yeah, it was a fantastic response from the Waukee Northwest Wolves coming back after the lightning delay, and they really put a lot of pressure on Linn-Mar and got themselves back into the lead.
Well, Linn-Mar started this game with a goal. Let's take a look at the first half action here, shall we? Things got started. How about Aubrey Luck punching one in? And Northwest, well, they took advantage of an own goal scored Linn-Mar in Waukee Northwest's favor. You know, standing under net was Paisley Baker, but this is tough to stop for Baker. Romy Croat from the top. Yeah, you deserve the slide. As Waukee Northwest takes a 2-1 lead here in the Class 3A state championship. One of these teams trying to join Davenport Assumption as part of the 2025 state championship, or state champions. Coming up a little bit later on tonight, 5:30-ish. Waverly Shell Rock, Dallas Center Grimes here from Ames. We're at the Cyclone Sports Complex. First year, the state soccer tournament being held in Ames. Remember when this thing started back about 25 years ago? It was played in Muscatine, then moved its way to Des Moines. Now the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union shifted spots as it moved to Ames, and what a host city. As Paisley will easily pick this one up as the second half is now underway. And a great surface here, by the way, as you would expect at Iowa State University.
Yeah, the grass is immaculate. It's really, really nice, really good surroundings, incredible facility, and I'm really jealous of the girls that are getting to play on this today.
You have not noticed a splash or any turf go up in the air. Now as Northwest tries to lead this one ahead. Linn-Mar has this one roll out. It will be a corner kick here coming up for the Waukee Northwest Wolves.
Yeah, immediately Waukee Northwest going back down Linn-Mar's left-hand side again. That was a similar tactic that we saw in the first half. And again, set pieces have been the key factor in today's game so far, especially for Waukee Northwest, and we have another one.
Well, the sun is starting to play a little peekaboo here, believe it or not, with rain falling. Somewhere there's a rainbow. Reese Rutger looking to have that type of an effect as she'll do the corner chores. To the middle, Northwest leaves it out in front. The one blocked back out, but it's off of Waukee Northwest. So it'll be a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Solid defending there from Linn-Mar, just making sure that Cora couldn't get her shot off.
The Northwest Wolves, their game is definitely out on the turf today. They put a lot of pressure on you. And defensively, they may bend a little, but they don't break much once you cross midfield.
Yeah, they do a really good job of working hard to regain the ball back and just make it relentless and create wave after wave of attack.
Trying to get free, Jones. Centering pass. A little too wide and long. As Hofer caught up in traffic, Linn-Mar will try to push. How about the speed put out there by Elliott? Deflects that out. Oh, almost took out our metabolic Mike there right at the midfield.
Another good bit of play from Jones getting down the right-hand side. I would have liked to have seen her being a little bit more selfish there and maybe go herself and get a shot off.
Linn-Mar has been on a magical run. Winners of 8 straight coming into the state championship match. Again, doing something that this program has never done before, which is, number one, win a state tournament game, but then also advancing here to the state title match for the first time in school history, and taking on a team that started the season for Waukee Northwest preseason ranked number 6, and they have had a chip on their shoulder all the way throughout. And the physical style of play, that is just a hard, clean tackle.
Linn-Mar's made it very, very difficult for teams to play against them this season. Yeah, the tackle's clean from Twig. You know, it's a hard tackle, but it's a fair tackle.
Now we'll see a foul called. This is going against Waukee Northwest. So it'll be a free kick here coming. An opportunity just outside of the box, as doing the chores here is going to be Aubrey Luck.
In set pieces again has been a key factor, and we'll see if Linn-Mar can capitalize on their set piece here.
Northwest forms the wall. Ball marked ready for play. Here's Luck. The high kick towards the top. Thomason's just going to punch that one out. So it'll be a corner kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
It's a smart goalkeeping choice from Grace, and seeing the replay here, you know, it's coming in high. In today's conditions, with it being slippy, she could have maybe tried to catch that, potentially run the risk of it going through your hands, but really, really smart decision to punch there.
I wonder if Thomason plays a little sand volleyball, the way you have to use your knuckles to get that ball up in the air. Here's Kern again. Centering pass, the header gonna be picked up on a hop by Thomason as she drops down to the turf. I got it, and I'm not giving it up.
It's a free header. She done well to direct it down. That's what you want to do when you head the ball in the box, direct it down off the turf, but credit again to goalkeeper Thomason for just collecting that ball.
Dan, anytime Linn-Mar looks to have an opportunity, there's a blue jersey right on them.
Elliott's just got to be really careful in those moments that she doesn't slip and commit a foul. Already on a yellow card. Northwest can't afford to go down to 10 men or 10 players.
And a foul. Free kick here coming.
Yeah, again, I said it in the first half as well. Like, these are, as a coach, these are moments that are really frustrating. You don't have to kick out. You don't have to commit the foul. Just stay there behind Croat. Don't let her get behind you, but don't give away the foul. Now, Simeone gets a chance to either shoot from a good distance or put the ball into a dangerous area.
So Izzy. Everybody set in position. We're marked for play. Senamini with the deep shot. The header redirected out, still in front of traffic. Linn-Mar just trying to clear it. And Josie Jones will track it down for the Wolves. Again, Shane trying to feed it to the middle. It'll be a throw here for Northwest.
You can really see the high level that Josie Jones plays at. You know, she's going to be a P4 player in the next few months, going to the University of Iowa, and you can really see that out there today.
In fact, numerous players for Northwest moving on to play college soccer. Sundette headed to Loras. In all, there are 16 seniors as part of the program for Waukee Northwest. So you can see how that experience has played well for them this season. This one's kept in play, but right in front of the net. And still in play. It's a great job offensively by Sundette just to try to hold it in for Waukee Northwest. And this will go to Linn-Mar. Giving up a ball a little bit was Rutger. She thought that it was out and didn't play it, but then touched up on it, and the official said, no, it's going to stay with Linn-Mar.
Yeah, just a little lapse of concentration there from Rutger. I think she thought she was out of bounds already and looked down and realized she's still in the pitch.
So coming into the contest is Lillian Pullman, senior for Linn-Mar. She's going to be heading to Loras 2 to play collegiately. Foot race to the ball, and look at the Wolves' speed. Boy, just bursting through was Rutger. And it's going to stay with Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, it was a good ball from Romy Croat, just releasing Aubrey Lalone down that right-hand side, using her speed and getting the ball back high, deep into the Linn-Mar half.
Battle for the ball. Linn-Mar again, just trying to find a little bit of an opening, and they cannot. Right place, right time has been the story so far for Northwest, except for that opening miscue in the opening granters of this game, in which they allowed Linn-Mar to spread the field and get the game's first goal.
Waukee Northwest, yeah, they just got caught on their heels after a bright start, and one chance from Linn-Mar and they took it. But credit to them, they've fought their way back into the game. They're now up 2-1. But Linn-Mar are not out yet. They're going to keep fighting. They're a sticky team to play against. They make good use of some of their chances. So it's a really important that, you know, Waukee Northwest get the next goal. But if Linn-Mar do get the next goal, then it's game on.
For Linn-Mar, it's a strange feeling giving up multiple goals in a game. They haven't done it since early April when they played Waukee Northwest and lost that contest 2-0. Lost their opening contest of the year to West Des Moines Valley 4-0. But since that time, have played some sensational soccer and have really turned things around middle part of the year, winning their own conference, the Mississippi Valley.
Yeah, it sounds like Linn-Mar's really learned a lot from some of these games early in the season. They probably learned a lot about themselves as well, as a team, as individuals, and credit to them. They're well organized and they're well coached.
Titus on the outside with pressure coming. It'll stay with Linn-Mar. Natalie Elliott has had a big moments in this contest as this freshman for Northwest. Presence known. Now Roberts getting her first touch of the second half. Short-lived. Now the centering pass a little too high. And Berg will track it down for Linn-Mar.
It's a good spell this from Linn-Mar. They've been able to stay in Northwest's half here for a long period of time, or a longer period of time than they have here in the second half.
Northwest in the Central Iowa Metro League going unbeaten, 6-0, but they did have 2 ties. Jones trying to lay that one ahead. It'll be a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, once again, it's really good play from Croat and Jones just combining with each other through the middle. But again, I'd like to see Jones just continuing to drive at the space, into the space there, and take the ball further up the field. She was just a little premature with that pass.
Again, Northwest suffocating if the ball goes to the side of a field.
Yeah, they're really good at setting up the trap. They're quite happy to allow them to have the first ball, and then as soon as this ball gets played out wide, they really jump on Linn-Mar and try to get that ball back.
Leave it for Elliott to Cinnamini. She'll lay it forward. Linn-Mar will try to turn it around here. Kern being harassed with the lob pass ahead. This is to Luck. And Luck going to run into a Wolf, and we'll see a free kick here coming from the outside. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but a wise play as Linn-Mar had some numbers coming the other way.
It's always tough for defenders when they're coming sideways across the pitch, and it's a little bit clumsy from Twig. You know, she's kind of overcommitted. She maybe didn't need to commit as much. The ball's not going anywhere. The ball's going away from the goal. And again, it's another set piece in a dangerous area.
With the offensive zone, Aubrey Luck with her right foot high towards the net, and it's in! A goal, and we are tied! Luck from 35 yards out!
Yeah, we praised Thomason in the first opportunity. It was like that, but this time, unfortunately, she judges the flight of the ball. It's a high searching ball into the box, and it's a really, really good shot from Linn-Mar, and credit to them. They stick in the game, they hang in the game, and they capitalize on these moments. But right there, BJ, that's why it's so important not to give away silly fouls.
Aubrey Luck with her second goal of the game. Again, throughout the state tournament, she's been passing fancy, had 3 assists, no goals coming in to the championship match. And now today, 2 goals to tie it up at 2 apiece, as Linn-Mar, very calculated on their opportunities. Now Croat trying to take things into her own hands. Josie Jones
I see the next goal is going to be super important, and Linn-Mar's able to get it, so it's game on, and what a game we've got here.
26 minutes to play. Linn-Mar trying to find some energy as that one punched wide, and it will be a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
It just snuck out for a goal kick there.
Tied at 2. The Wolves were howling, but the Lions will have roared right back into this one to tie it up at 2, thanks to the services of Aubrey Luck today. The junior has had quite the afternoon offensively, and for head coach Tony Gabriel, trying to find that magic potion again as his team again fell down by a goal, able to take a 2-1 lead. And now Thomason will redirect this one back.
Yeah, Luck was able to get a lot of really good height on that ball from the free kick, and it made it super awkward for Thomason to judge the flight of that ball.
How about the job Hannah Clark has done just in her second season, guiding her team to the state championship match and trying to make the most of it here.
Yeah, for me, the most impressive thing is the character and desire that she's installed into her players in such a short term. There's a lot of credit's got to be shown towards Coach Clark for that. You can see that they compete, they're willing to get stuck in and really make it difficult to play against this Linn-Mar team.
Jones holds it in, looks to go to work. And it will be a corner kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest. The Wolves with their 5th corner of the day. They have scored on one. And it will be Sinamini along with Rutger off into the corner. Sinamini with the loft in front of the net. The header redirected. It's out. Who was it last touched by Waukee Northwest? So it'll be a goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of Waukee Northwest players just got in the way of each other there.
Somewhat of a misplay on the ball. It'll stay with Linn-Mar.
Much better timing from Twig there on that tackle, making sure that she got to the ball first and didn't give away a foul.
With Jordan Burns, BJ Shaban along with you as you're watching the Class 3A State Soccer Championship here on Iowa PBS. All tied up at 2 apiece. Here's Roberts on the outside trying to go through traffic. As she's had a difficult time today, but it's opened things up for her teammate, Aubrey Luck, today.
Yeah, it really has. You know, Abby's kind of stole the headlines in the last couple of games, but today it's her teammate. But it doesn't go unnoticed the work that Abby Roberts is putting in up there. She's really staying with it. She's making it difficult for those 2 center backs.
You think about it, Roberts came into the contest, the North Dakota State signee, scored 5 goals in the state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, college programs are looking for kids that can score goals, and that's one thing that Abby Roberts can do, is score goals.
Josie Jones will check out. Waukee Northwest to their bench. Sierra Prodden will check in for the first time in the late half.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long Jones will stay out the field. I think maybe this is just a little tactical change to give her a little breather here. Get a drink of water, collect yourself, and get her back in.
Sorg's throw. Sinamini trying to launch it deep. And we're going to see a foul called against Waukee Northwest as Haley Mulbauer.
Yeah, when you're going up for a header like that, as soon as you put your arms out onto the back of another player, you're asking for trouble.
So the free kick for Linn-Mar. And sent back in by Hagensick. Here's Sundett. Titus in company. They find Roberts. Roberts going to be upended. They call it a clean tackle to the chagrin of the Lion fans.
Yeah, it was a hefty tackle from Rotger, and I know from here it definitely looked like she got the player and not the ball.
Now Luck on the outside. Trying to work one-on-one. Oh, terrific job defensively for Brindley Hylison. I mean, Luck was going to try to work that corner. Let's take a look at that tackle again. You be the judge.
Yeah, I don't think we need much of a judge. So I think, you know, unfortunately for the refs, you maybe missed that one. But fortunately for Northwest, they got away with one there.
Opportunity, Roberts. Just can't get to the ball in time. And shielding it wisely was Reese Rutger.
And Rutger really did get away with that, because if that would have been called a foul, most likely it would have been a yellow card as well, and she would have had to gone off the field, and taking someone like Rutger out of that back line for Northwest would be a disadvantage for the time being until she comes back in.
We've already seen a yellow card today. That was against Waukee Northwest and Elliott. Linn-Mar just trying to find that opening as Kern will blast it ahead to Roberts. Her opportunity to shine. Roberts on the ball from the outside. Traffic coming.
Yeah, we're starting to enter that phase of the game where, you know, it's 2-2, it's raining, the grass is maybe starting to get a little heavier, and, you know, can you continue to concentrate? You're getting more fatigued. And this is the moment where it's going to test both teams' characters, both sets of players' desire. Do you have enough to keep digging? Whichever team can do that, I think, is going to be the team that's going to get themselves over the finish line.
Each team going back to their bench. Linn-Mar in midfield. Again, Waukee Northwest trying to redirect this game. Tied at 2. This is Jones. What a steal put out there by Recker.
Yeah, really well-timed tackle there.
Opportunity, Luck to the outside. Will charge it in. Aubrey trying to set herself up now with the blast towards the net. And that just goes wide. And it was touched up, so it'll be a corner kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, it was a really good look from Luck, trying to go back across the goalkeeper and sneak it into that front area, and it really almost caught Thomason off guard.
Aubrey into the middle, the header just missed. And a goal kick here coming up for Waukee Northwest.
Another dangerous set piece into the box and again, this is going to be the game. The set pieces are so key. They're so important to defend them and attack them.
Sophia Romero back into the game for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, she's another one like Elliott that's going to have to be careful that she doesn't get over-excited and get herself another yellow.
The Wolves trying to turn this one into a track meet, which would be to their advantage. Loads of speed. Now a centering pass, and going to be picked off by Paisley Baker. The keeper coming through has given up a couple of goals today, but still remains strong in at net. Tied at 2. Linn-Mar started the game with a Aubrey Luck goal, then an own goal for Northwest's advantage. Romy Croat on a free kick right at the top of the key. And then About 10 minutes ago, Aubrey Luck gets her second goal of the game to tie this one up at 2. You think about that, the own goal. And then maybe the handball judged on one of the corners by Waukee Northwest. Controversial. But we're all tied up at 2.
Yep, it's, you know, you've got to take your opportunities, and both teams have done that. There's been a couple of controversial calls, but that's part of the game.
Yeah.
You're going to get calls. Sometimes you're going to get them, sometimes you're not going to get them. And it's just about sticking with it. But you can really start to see the game opening up here. And it's going back and forth. Linn-Mar are getting into Waukee's half a little bit more now because the fatigueness from Waukee Northwest is starting to kick in slightly.
Sinamini trying to feed it. This one left out in the open. The keeper's away from the net. And this is a high one, and it's in! How about that? Punched in from the top by Olivia Stapleton.
What a moment for Olivia Stapleton, senior potential game-winning goal. And it's a lovely bit of technique, just a side foot and cushion it perfectly over the goalkeeper into the net.
Her 5th goal on the season. Baker took a risk, and it pays off for Waukee Northwest.
And honestly, BJ, she's made that look really easy, but that's not an easy thing to do right there. That is very difficult and really, really high skill set just to cushion that ball over the goalkeeper. Well done.
How about that for the senior who's battled illness and injury throughout the season? Gets her opportunity, and she shines, and a big hug from head coach Tony Gabriel, as Natalie Elliott will check back into the contest for her. And a foul called on Waukee Northwest. Now, what does Linn-Mar have in the tank?
Yeah, once again, Linn-Mar are going to have to go back to the drawing board and fight their way back into this game. But as we keep saying, this is what they're all about. They're all about continuing to fight, keep scrapping away, and they always seem to find a way to get themselves back in the game.
And we have an injury. I believe that's Sinamini. Off of the collision. Really took one off of her head, and is pretty slow to get up as the trainers will come out to attend to her. I think that ball just caught her wrong.
Yeah, I think it may have been maybe just more something in the eye, maybe, and it's kind of just knocked her off slightly. She's a tough kid. She'll be fine.
So she will go out. As Northwest will go back to their bench, and checking in is going to be Brynley Hylison, another senior. Again, 16 seniors on the roster for Waukee Northwest. And a team that last year held the #1 seed but was upended in the semifinals by West Des Moines Valley. And actually started the season preseason ranked #6, which gave this squad a lot of motivation, as you see Sinamini being attended to. It will be a free ball. So back into play. Berg to Kern. The big blast. Just going to be wide right.
Yeah, you can see that Linn-Mar's game plan is they're not trying to get close to Waukee Northwest goal because they know they've got a tough back line, and you can see from different areas of the field they're trying to shoot from distance. They're trying to use some of these players that have got a lot of range to score some goals from distance.
Pullman will come back into the game. Waukee Northwest also to the bench. Aubrey Lalone will check in. Lalone, a four-sport athlete for Waukee Northwest. Adding some more speed for the Wolves. Here's Luck. Aubrey, who's had the day today for Linn-Mar, looking for that opportunity, but the Wolves again clamp it down. This one's deep. And Northwest trying to muscle their way through traffic. And how about that? Waukee Northwest able to battle their way through. Elliott trying to track that ball down, and it will roll out, but it should be a goal kick. And it is coming up here for Linn-Mar.
Elliott just turning on the burners there and showing her athleticism and speed and what she can offer in this game. Unfortunately, just ran the ball out of bounds.
Wolves will get the throw. A 3-2 game. What a championship match we've had here today. Wolves looking for that insurance goal. That one going to be last touch by Linn-Mar, so the Wolves will control the possession.
This is exactly where Northwest want the ball. You know, we're heading close to that last 10 minutes. Keeping the ball in this half is what they'll want. Linn-Mar, they've got to dig here. They've got to dig super deep to get themselves back into this game.
Foul called against Waukee Northwest. A little bit of urgency now with 12 minutes to play. Hagensick shot down the field. But again, at midfield, that is where Northwest has been so strong today, as Croat will launch it in deep. And another goal kick here coming up for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, it's a tremendous look from Croat, just trying to find her counterpartner, Josie Jones, and again, just run out of bounds. I'd maybe like to see Northwest just look after the ball a bit better and keep the ball. I think if they can keep the ball, it'll really benefit them.
That's a good sign, too, seeing Cinnamini hit the field again for Waukee Northwest. Linn-Mar will have to hustle. Again, 11 minutes to play. Still plenty of time for the Lions.
Only takes a second to score a goal. And there's lots of seconds left.
Last touch by Croat.
Yeah, Linn-Mar gaining good yards here, just slowly making their way up the field, trying to get into a dangerous area.
That was a high kick, and now a late whistle. I was trying to wrap around that ball. That time was Pullman. But what a job defensively. Nobody has really slowed down Abby Roberts for Linn-Mar in this state tournament. But today, her name not called very often, as the Wolves have done a tremendous job, but also dangerous in moments like this.
Yeah, it's a really, really good battle in that middle of the park.
Jones getting it done. Will go with the lead pass to Elliott. Bird going to try to turn it around. It'll stay with Waukee Northwest.
Again, that's the moments Elliott's got to be very, very careful. She's skating on thin ice. Just don't give the official anything to give you that second yellow. She's got to be super careful.
9:30 to play. Want to remind you, coming up around 5:30, we've got Waverly Shell Rock, Dallas Center Grimes as part of the Class 2A state championship. Those two teams, 3 out of the last 4 years, have played in the state title match. And that'll be the nightcap here from Ames as part of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Soccer Championships. Corner kick here again for Waukee Northwest. Izzy Cinnamini will try to line it up. Now she'll give way to Reese Rutger. And they go to Cinnamini. They've scored on a similar play early on. Rutger with the blast, going to be denied.
Yeah, it was really good block from Linn-Mar. I think Rutger maybe should have hit that first time rather than take the touch. As soon as she takes the touch, she allows Linn-Mar to make the block.
And it will be another corner kick here for the Wolves.
You can see Linn-Mar are they're quite happy to let Waukee go short here because they want to make sure they've got players in the box. But this is a big gamble here. But now I see Abby Roberts coming back now to make that 2v2.
Here's the shot, bodied out by Berg. Now the blast coming back in and just knocked away by Paisley Baker. Another corner here for the Wolves.
Again, it's one of those moments, it's coming low, it's skipping in there. It really is awkward for the goalkeeper, and she just does a really, really good job of making sure it doesn't go through and under her arms, and gets it out for a corner. Good goalkeeping.
Senimini with her left foot. To the top, headed back out of the zone. Again, the blue jerseys just surround the ball. Northwest looking for a foul. As begging for that was Lindsay Shane. Trying to find that right spot to throw it in. This will stay with Waukee Northwest. Again, under 7 minutes to play. Tony Gabriel going for his first ever state soccer championship. He's been here a few times before, come up empty.
Linn-Mar finding it difficult to get out here. Northwest are just swarming that left-hand corner of the Linn-Mar back line and wasting good minutes for Waukee, but Linn-Mar have got to try to find a way to get out here because the clock is ticking.
Think about the go-ahead goal. Olivia Stapleton with the net empty, able to find the back of the net. And Stapleton there issued for a foul.
It was really, really good technique from Stapleton to lift that ball over the goalkeeper and into the empty net. Solid tackle again.
Elliott feeling that one from Berg.
Yeah, again, there's been some terrific 1v1 duels all over the pitch today, and that's been one of them.
How about Elliott getting the best of this one? We'll center it to Jones. Up top, Jones. Off the spin, deflected out. Another corner here for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, Sorg versus Elliott down this left-hand side for Waukee, right-hand side for Linn-Mar. It's been a terrific duel watching those two go at each other.
With Jordan Burns, BJ Shaban here from the Cyclone Sports Complex on Iowa PBS and Ames. Senimini with the corner kick to the top. Net left open, bounced out. And it will be a corner kick from the other side here for Waukee Northwest.
Again, Linn-Mar surviving another set piece from Northwest. They've done that really well today. Northwest put the ball into really, really tough, dangerous areas, and they've done a great job just making sure that they're doing enough to either let the ball run free out the back end of the box or just get something on it to stop it going in the goal. Or this game could be more.
Senimini and Rutger going over the strategy. Towards the net, headed out. And we'll do it again.
Simononi's almost doing doggies back and forth for the whole to the field, taking.
And this is burning a lot of clock.
It is for Northwest. This is exactly what you want. You want to take seconds off the clock. For Linn-Mar, not so good. You know, their season's ticking away right now. They want to get the ball back to their goalkeeper or back to their player so they can get the ball up to Roberts.
Senimini again. to the top. Now the blast, and Berg able to chip away at it from the side. Senamini with a shot, high arcing shot. And right in front of the net, Stapleton was trying to go for another, but a foul issued against Waukee Northwest in Stapleton. Watch it.
Yeah,
little shove.
Yeah, you can see Stapleton clearly shoves the Linn-Mar defender into her own goalkeeper. Really good refereeing. And it'll be a free kick for Linn-Mar.
From the goal. Now more coming in. Aubrey Lalone will come in for Stapleton. Those two have interchanged quite a bit here in the second half. Senamini fending that one off. Linn-Mar will go with a throw. 3 minutes to play in a 1-goal game. Waukee Northwest going for their schools championship here. Not won it yet. And trying to do that here in 2025. This group of seniors have been nothing short of dynamic the last couple of years. Getting upset in the semifinals a year ago. And their team motto has been doubt us. And since they lost in the semifinals, they've really played with a big chip on their shoulder. As you see Friedman trying to spin that one free, and Elliott.
Yeah, just a little bit of inexperience there from Elliott. You know, just committing that foul. She doesn't need to commit that foul. The ball is almost the other end of the field. And now it allows Linn-Mar to go up the field.
Croat. Again, Linn-Mar trying to hustle. They just haven't had it in the offensive zone very much here over the last 15 minutes.
The crowd noise is really ramping up here this last two minutes, and the two-way crowd starting to arrive as well. It's a really, really cool environment.
Friedman from the back trying to avoid traffic. And going to be stolen away. Josie Jones. 1-on-none to the net. The shot just coming in to deflect that away was Berg. Again, Northwest has the goal lead, and they're the ones on the offensive strike.
Yeah, I think the Josie Jones is really feeling the tiredness kicking in now. You could really see she's just running out of steam, and usually she just goes and would finish that off. But credit to the Linn-Mar defender. She hustled back and got it.
1 minute to play. Elliott, the freshman, with some ball control. And it will be a corner kick coming up for Senamini and Waukee Northwest, as the Wolves fans are sensing a championship.
Yeah, they're almost over the line here.
They'll play it to Elliott as she'll just bobble for time, blocking out the opponent and saying, you kick it, it goes out, corner kick. Nope, gonna be ruled a goal kick. 18 seconds to play.
This is it, last roll of the dice for Linn-Mar.
Baker trying to push it ahead. Clock winding down inside of 10. And Northwest, with that right there, is going to win it. Waukee Northwest, your Class 3A state champion.
Yeah, what a moment for Northwest and his Tony Gabriel and his coaching staff. I think on the day the better team won. They just had a little bit more than Linn-Mar, but credit to Linn-Mar. They gave it a really, really good game for Northwest, and that was a team that wasn't difficult to put away, and they've been really, really good to watch, Linn-Mar, so credit to them, but congratulations to Waukee Northwest.
They win it 3-2. School's first ever state championship in girls soccer. And what a run, though, for Linn-Mar. Seeded 7th, avenged a loss against West Des Moines Valley, took care of Centennial in the semifinals, but just came up short here in the championship match. And for Waukee Northwest, Tony Gabriel getting his first ever state championship after being here a couple of different times with Waukee. And now at Northwest, the Wolves get the title. So it's now time to hand out the post-game awards as the two teams are going through the ceremonial handshake at the end of the game. And what a match, though, back and forth. Linn-Mar started out in front, then 2 goals by Waukee Northwest. Linn-Mar able to tie it up, and then Stapleton with the game winner with under 10 minutes to play.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want in a final, in a championship game. You want it to be entertaining, you want it to be exciting, and that's what we got. Both teams really got stuck in about each other. Linn-Mar didn't give up. They kept going. They got it back to 2-2. But I think on the day, Northwest just had a little bit more to get themselves over the line and win the game 3-2.
And now the desired pink shirt says Waukee Northwest joins Davenport Assumptions as state champs, as we're about ready to get the all-tournament team and then the trophy presentation. As Assumption bested Denver 2-0. Waukee Northwest a 3-2 winner here today against Linn-Mar in the 3A championship, as the Wolves are trying to assemble over on that far sideline as we rein it back in again. The all-tournament team coming up, and then the trophy presentation. Want to remind you, our next match will come your way around 5:30 as top-seeded Waverly Shell Rock takes on second-seeded Dallas Center Grimes in the 2A championship.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's go to Jason Esslinger now for the announcement of the all-tournament team.
Presenting the awards are members of the Iowa Girls Union Board of Directors, Ron Fodness, Zach Clark, and Tanya Moe. Presenting your 2025 Class 3A all-tournament team. From Waukee Northwest, Romy Crowett. From Linn-Mar, Aubrey Luck. From Waukee Northwest, Izzy Simonini. From Waukee, Stella Braddock. From Ankeny Centennial, Madison Balashadis. From Waukee, Lauren Knighty. From Ankeny Centennial, Ava Martin. From Waukee Northwest, Lindsay Shane. From Waukee Northwest, Grace Thomason. From Linn-Mar, Abby Roberts. And congratulations to the captain from Waukee Northwest, Josie Jones.
There is your all-tournament team, headlined by Josie Jones, the University of Iowa recruit. That all-tournament team captain. And of course, all the way throughout that lineup, what a great group of players.
Yeah, if you could put that together and be a team, I think you would be very, very successful. But no, it's good to honour these players and you know, you're looking down that line of players. They have been the players that have made this 3A high school season super exciting this year, and congratulations to all of them. That they all thoroughly deserve it.
So Waukee Northwest, your winner here in Class 3A. Is a best. Linn-Mar now for the trophy presentation.
Receiving medallions, each player will receive commemorative soccer balls provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Class 3A runners-up, the Linn-Mar Lions, and head coach Hannah Clark. And for the first time in school history, the Class 3A champions are the Waukee Northwest Wolves and head coach Tony Gabriel.
Wolves, it's time to compete.
So there's your champion, the Waukee Northwest Wolves, as a best Linn-Mar 3-2. What a championship match.
Yeah, it was a fantastic game, BJ. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it and covering it. I think in the end, you know, Linn-Mar gave Waukee Northwest a really, really good game today, but they were just came up against a really, really strong, talented Waukee Northwest side, and they thoroughly deserved their win.
Well, it is a final here from the Cyclone Sports Complex in Class 3A as Waukee Northwest defeats Linn-Mar 3-2 in the championship match. So 2 champions have been crowned here so far. Davenport Assumption in 1A, and in 3A, it is Waukee Northwest. The Class 2A state championship will come up at 5:30 today as Waverly Shellrock takes on Dallas Center Grimes. That'll be coming your way here in mere moments on Iowa PBS. For Jordan Burns, I'm BJ Shaven and the rest of the crew. We're going to dry out and get ready for that 2A title match coming up here next on Iowa PBS.
Funding provided by
Musco Lighting is honored to support Iowa PBS. We're an Iowa company that lights local schools, community fields, and stadiums, arenas, and venues in more than 125 countries. While our reach is global, our commitment is local.
Fareway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fareway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fareway.com.
Across Iowa, hundreds of neighborhood banks strive to serve their communities, provide jobs, and help local businesses. Iowa banks are proud to back the life you build. Learn more at iowabankers.com.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.